Shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Harakakadash. Double honors to the old apostles, great millstone, rule and teach well. Honors and salutations to the sincere men of the Lord, doing the same and teaching the same, all right? This is just a World War III update, okay? I repeat, a World War III update, okay? And without further ado, I'm going to get started.
2025, as we're hearing a third nation's airspace has just been violated by Russia that is a member of NATO. Now, we've already seen Article 4 initiated, which means all the nations of NATO are considering whether or not they should unify and defend themselves against an opposing threat, that being Russia. Are we going to see Article 5 initiated soon? Let me know your thoughts, but it's causing all the nations of NATO to scream World War III in just the past couple of hours. We're seeing headlines everywhere, including in the last 24 hours, a warning coming out from Donald Trump to the United States, letting us know, literally saying, we are heading in the direction of a world war, but he says it doesn't have to go that route. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are we going to be seeing World War III unfold here very soon? Take a look at the latest headlines with me. Putin sparks fresh World War III fears with unprecedentedly brutal fighter jet move. This coming out in just the past couple of hours as we're hearing they have violated another nation's airspace. Now, we had seen this before with Poland. We had heard Romania. And now today, take a look at the headlines coming out. Estonia says Russian fighter jet has violated its airspace in a brazen incursion. The move appears to be the Kremlin's latest test of NATO's defenses. Now, we had heard that when this had happened with Poland, Russia had said it was a mistake. No, this was not intentional. Yes, we violated the airspace, but it was not on purpose. Poland had come out and said this was no mistake. They are testing the resilience of NATO. They're seeing if we're ready as they are poking us in preparation for potential attacks. Then we saw that with Romania, and now today, just a couple of hours ago, with Estonia, making it look like this is no mistake. It is happening a lot right now. Russia is poking at these NATO nations. They're saying in preparation for World War III, and we're hearing the warnings coming out from Donald Trump. Take a look. Trump rages, Putin let me down. And Ukraine conflict could spin out into World War III, but reveals one move that will stop the tyrant. I'm going to get into the details as Donald Trump is saying we don't have to go the route of World War III. We don't have to go the route of global conflict and NATO and the United States unifying against Russia. He's saying there is an alternative. I'm going to share with you the details, but take a look. Also, the UK fears as West will come to a bloody end in World War III in just 5 days. With tensions rising and war raging on with no end in sight, one former NATO general admits things are about to get very dangerous for the West thanks to one specific country, and that is an alliance, spoiler alert, between Russia and...
Okay.
Breaking news coming out in the past.
Yeah, so World War III is continuing to grow, okay? All right, and we know as World War III prophecy continue to grow to its full potential of being, a nuclear war that's prophesied and promised in the Bible, by Yahweh, by Shem, Yahweh Shah, okay? It's other prophecies that's supposed to happen before World War III go nuclear, okay? That includes, Jacob's trouble, all right? The hour of temptation, the hour of temptation is when, the world is being forced, or what's another word? Intimidated by the powers that be, the government that be, to what? To take the mark of the beast, the RFID chip and their Neuralink. Okay? So that time is coming. All right. And it's all about the elect. That's what people don't understand. It's all about the elect. And the Bible specifies that the elect of the 12 tribes. Okay? The Bible specifies that. Okay? So, hey, it's the elect, they're the stars of this movie. and Lord willing them of the elect number. Okay. So I'm gonna do a sit down on the MOTB too. All right. But the time is coming to where, and they're talking about it a lot. They're talking about it a lot. Okay. And you're gonna see it in the next clip. So there have been an increase in the MOTB conversation. All right. And on the news, and dealing with these different companies. All right. So they're getting ready to normalize the mark of the beast. Okay. They're getting ready to normalize it. All right. It's about to go mainstream. You already got thousands of people walking around with it though, but it's not mainstream and mandatory yet. You know, it's gonna get to the point you're gonna have Christian pastors telling people to take the mark of the beast. You're gonna have false prophets, false Hebrews like prophets taking the mark of the beast. Okay, you're gonna have celebrities, famous people, athletes take the mark of the beast. So this thing on it's gonna be the new trend, so to speak. Okay, all right. So those are some prophecies. That's the famine of the word. You know, the famine of the word is extremely close. Okay, one day you're gonna wake up and hey, we're not gonna be able to teach no more on the internet. Okay, you ain't gonna be able to post no more videos, none of that. It's gonna be all shut down. Okay. So that's why we get all this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, from the prophets, beginning with the elder apostles, great millstone, down to least of us, while the getting is good. Okay. This is spiritual food, for your spirit. Okay. That's going to sustain you in Jacob's trouble. All right. So this Isaiah 13 and 4. Isaiah 13 and 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations, gather together the Lord of hosts, muster of the hosts of the battle. Okay? So the Lord, Yahweh, he's getting all these nations roused up. He's getting them all prepared for war. Okay? They getting ready. All right? That's as simple as that. It's not, complicated or anything like that. They're getting ready. Okay? So this Joel 3 and 9. Let me highlight it. Joel 3 and 9. And that's what we tell you inhabitants of the earth all the time, you know. But y'all don't know the Bible, especially you black Christians. All right. The God whom you don't even know God's true name. All right. And you don't even know his will and what he requires of you. He's talking to these so-called black Christians. You black, Hispanic, and Native Americans who are the 12 tribes. Okay. You don't even know what's going on in these last days. Okay. But Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has revealed, his intentions to his servants, the prophets. So it's a blessing to have this knowledge and to teach it, all right, and to be on the right side of history. Okay. So what these black Christians don't understand is, the Heavenly Father is the one bringing all this on the earth, the different plagues and stuff on the earth. Okay. But guess what? In the Christian church, they're going to continue to lie. They're going to say everything going to be all right. No need to worry. No need to watch the news. No need to do shit. They're going to continue and then they're going to tell people to take the mark of the beast. Okay. So that's coming. So this, Joel 3 and 9, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare a war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. All right, so all these nations around the world, They're getting ready for war. Okay? They're getting ready for war right now. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. Okay? So those are working tools, your plowshares and your pruning hooks, working tools turned into weapons of war. Okay? And that also shows that you're gonna have civilians that get drafted in the selective service and have to go to war too in World War III. All right, this war is going to be the mother of all wars. You're going to have every man, every able-bodied man that's not of the elect. Your ass is going to war. If they can't ship you to war, they probably gonna charge you with treason and put you in prison, put you in a concentration camp, and just beat the piss out you. All right, especially if you're black. All right, let's go here. And I'm gonna speed this up too. What time it is? Yeah, I'm gonna speed it up. So this Revelation 16 and 14. I'm only stop at 16. All right. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of that great day of Yahweh Almighty. Okay. All right. And we tell you people this all the time. You know, the spiritual controls the physical. Okay, the Heavenly Father, and it tells you this in Proverbs. I might get it. Proverbs, the 21st chapter. All right, that the Lord controls the minds of the kings. Your modern day kings is your presidents. Okay, and whatnot. Even the elites. The Lord controls the mind of the elites too. All right, and the Lord is making them go to war. All right, that's why they these spirits is on them, these demons is on them to what? Go to war, to make irrational decisions. They don't give a fuck about, you know, um, billions of people dying. They still gonna press that button. All these nations that got nuclear capabilities, you know, they don't care. All right, the Lord put that spirit on them, to not give a fuck. All right, so it's going. World War III is going to get out of hand. All right, somebody is going to get desperate and shoot those nuclear missiles first, and then after that, it's going to be every nation going to be slinging, instead of slinging iron, they're going to be slinging nuclear missiles. All right, so that's coming. All right, that's coming. So it says, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. Exactly. So keeping your garments clean, represents being in this truth. All right, stand unspotted from the world. All right, making sure you abstaining from this flesh as much as possible. All right, keeping your faith and works in Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right, and also to the best of your ability, keeping the law, statutes, commandments. Okay. All right. So us standing in this truth. All right, abiding in this truth, the tabernacle of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. All right, you're dwelling in this temple. Okay. All right. So it says, and he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. All right. Okay, which that Armageddon means mountain of the troops. Okay. So I'm gonna end it on that because I want to keep it short. Lord willing, that was edifying. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah, Bahasham, Harakakadash. Double honors to the old apostles, great millstone, rule and teach well, and honors and salutations to the men of the Lord doing the same, teaching the same. Shalom.